It's tough out there dating. It's not how it used to be. I'm on the apps. No, that's not the same. I do have a question for any ladies out there that are on the dating apps. Hey, why not me? You're laughing too hard. It's a laughing at, not with kind of situation. But I don't know, like the dating apps have just changed than how they used to be. Like I was in New York when Tinder came out. Free love in the 70s had nothing on New York when Tinder came out. The streets were just flooded with cum, in case I wasn't clear enough visual. But nowadays the apps, it's just like judging, window shopping, you know? No one wants to actually meet up, right? Like you pull out your phone, you go to your favorite bar, you're alone because of course you are, no one's good enough for you. Then you order your gin and tonic, you pull your phone out to do a little window shopping, you see the first person, you're like, oh my God, 5'8", disgusting. See the next person, you're like, listens to Coldplay, why is it even listed here? What, are you trying to cheat on your wife? No. See the next person, like, lives in Aurora? Absolutely not. Then somebody comes up to you and like, hey, I saw this seat was available, is it empty? I'd like to buy you a drink. And you're just like, get the fuck away from me! Can't you see I'm trying to find my soulmate on my cell phone? Leave me be. But I'm on a few of the apps, but the app I like to use the most is Raya. You guys know Raya? Okay, a couple of you. Let me explain to the rest of you fucking bottom feeders. So Raya is a dating app that was originally created for celebrities, and then I think they started running out of people, and now I'm on it. And like I do see some celebrities on there from time to time, and that's always pretty cool. But it's mostly like influencers and YouTubers and like real estate agents with model grade headshots that just won't give up the dream. And me. And then I'm there. But there was this waiting list to get on it. Like it took me a year to get on this thing, and I was just waiting for a spot to open up. I was like, come on, I just want to get on there and see if I have a chance at Casey Musgraves, you know what I mean? And then finally a spot did open up, because back in September, that YouTuber got shot. And I finally got on. Yeah. Guess that was a bit of a turning point for both of us. I'll be honest, you guys were cool. I did that joke in Alabama, and I did not get the same response. I had a woman come up to me after the show, and she was like, that joke was disgusting. Charlie Kirk would not have been on Raya. He was married. Yeah, and I was like, you know what? You know what, you're right. Charlie Kirk probably wasn't on Raya, but not because he was married, but because he was Republican. So if anything, he was probably on Grindr. And then I went out the back door, I got in my Subaru, and I got the fuck out of there. I was driving away, I was like, you can't shoot my Subaru, that's a hate crime. Came all the way here. But I do have a Subaru, based on this very Subaru chic outfit. As you can probably tell. And I get a lot of shit for my Subaru back in Nashville, down in the South. You know, guys are always like, why don't you get a truck? Why don't you get a fucking truck, pussy? And like, you know what, I would like a truck. Maybe I should get a truck. But I'll tell you this much, all right? When it's the first snowfall in the South and the only ones that can get around are me and a fleet of lesbians, then I'm the last one laughing. Just me and a fleet of women named Charlene and Irene with perfect fades on the side and outfits very similar to this. Just delivering your DoorDash order that you thought you'd never get. Going over that one hill you thought no one could ever get over. Just a sea of Outbacks and Crosstreks and Foresters. Just like Flight of the Valkyrie. Like da 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 da. I'm like, let's get them, girls. And I'm the last one laughing when your truck's in a ditch. But I did have, I don't know, it's not the worst being single. I did have sex recently. Are we fucking here in Chicago? Yeah, good. All right. You perked up on that one. I like that. Now I'm getting the vibe a little bit. Yeah, Charlie Kirk and fucking. All right. As we do as Americans, you know. But I don't know. I went on this date. They went well, and we ended up having sex afterwards. And if you haven't had sex, I do suggest trying it. My dad had it once. Fucking loves it. But they went well. We had sex, and she gave me a compliment afterwards. I think. I don't know. I'll let you all be the judge. So we finished up, which is the only way I know how to describe what happens there. Based on a couple blank stares. I do feel like I explained that to a couple of you. But we finished up, and she looks over at me and she goes, you know, I've never orgasmed during sex before. And I almost did that time. So I thought I'd tell you. Look, I was a pretty good student growing up, but that is the happiest I've ever been to get a B+. Yeah, my entire life. Next, I'll do some extra credit and get that A. Make my father proud. Oh my God, can you imagine I finally get that hug? I come home for Christmas this year. He sees me. He's heard the story. His eyes light up. He points at me. He's like, hey, you, get over here. I want your brothers to hear this. I heard you almost made a woman come. Well, that makes one of us. Get in here. I love you. I'm proud of you. And the cat's in the cradle and the silver spoon. It's like, get off of me. He's like, now run and tell your mother what you did. That's the Christmas I'm aspiring for here in 2026. And I hope you have that as well. Just not with my dad. That's that's for us. But I think this probably goes without saying at this point. I have a cat. The tepid applause on the cat. I like that. Cat vibes. Appreciate it. Anyone here rescue a dog? Anyone rescue a dog? A couple of you. That's great. Yeah, you don't rescue a cat, right? Cats are just unemployed, gaslighting, freeloading grifters that just show up at your front door one day, right? You get a knock on the front door. You think it's an Amazon package. You're excited, and you open the door. It's just a fucking cat standing there. Then he hands you his package, and he walks in, and he's like, "Yeah, that'll do, pig. That'll do." But the way I found my cat is I was coming home from a show, and it was raining outside, and an adorable little orange kitten came running up to me in the rain, and I was like, oh my God, kitty! And I picked him up, and I swear to God, I heard him go, gotcha, bitch. But I took him inside, and then I ran down to the Dollar General, and I got a litter box, and then I brought it back, and he immediately used it. And I was like, oh my God, he knows how to use a litter box. He must be trained. He must be somebody's cat. Found out later, you know cats just know how to use a litter box? Yeah, they get in their CIA training, wherever the fuck they come from. But I didn't know that at the time, right? So back in Nashville, there's this Facebook site for lost and found animals. It's called East Nashville and Inglewood Lost and Found Pets. And my friend told me to post to that thing, and I thought it'd be a really valuable resource. But since being on it and keep getting the notifications from it, I have now had that friend committed. Because people are absolutely insane on this thing, right? But I didn't know at the time. So I take a picture of the cat, and I put it on this site. And I leave a comment, and I just say, here are my cross streets. Here's the time I found this cat. If it's yours, let me know, and I'll give it back to you in the morning, but he's being taken care of. And every dog owner commented, oh my God, that's so nice of you to take care of somebody's fur baby. I hope it gets back to its owner. And every cat owner commented, no. You have not found a cat, but a cat has chosen you. You have been blessed. And then I assumed they bowed. I assumed they bowed and they would have lit a candle to Garfield somewhere. But the next day I took him into the vet. He wasn't chipped, so I took him home, kept watching him, and then I put flyers all over my neighborhood, and no one claimed him. So after a few weeks, I got to know him, got to like him, so I adopted him. Yep, named him Davy Crockett. Yeah, that's my little Davy baby. Or David, when he's up to some business. Or bitch tits when he's being an asshole. And Davy's doing great. Davy's thriving. Davy's got a girlfriend. I don't have a girlfriend. My fucking cat's got a girlfriend. And she's pregnant right now, and he's fixed, so it is real tense in the apartment at the moment. It's like a fun little white trash reality show happening in my living room. But I had a scare the other day, because I've had him for like months now, almost a year, but I got on Facebook, and this notification popped up, and somebody saw his picture, and they commented, and they said, oh my God, I just saw this. That looks exactly like my daughter's missing cat, Ziggy. Yeah, so I just deleted the thread. Hey, look, a cat chooses you know what I mean? The AC went off right when you guys stopped laughing. And you guys are also very funny laughers. You like laugh a little bit and then you just stop and you're like, and next? Even the AC was like, go on. must be a bit of a treat for you guys to have me here. I don't know, maybe some of you guys recognize me, maybe some of you don't, but I'm pretty famous back in Nashville. Not for comedy. I drive for Uber. I'm well known around those parts because I'm the one who's not Egyptian. Or Ethiopian. Or a horrible racist. Apparently, there's apparently a lot of racist Uber drivers. Even my Spanish-speaking passengers call me the Great White Hope. At least I think they do. I don't know. I don't speak Spanish. But I do know they all whisper the same thing when they get in. Might be a prayer now that I'm thinking about it, honestly. But I actually do like driving for Uber a little bit. I'm happy for the day when I don't have to do it anymore. But I do enjoy it. You know, it gets me engaged during the day. And I don't know. I like talking to people, you know, and I like when they get in, they share their story with me, and I share my story with them, whether they ask me to or not. Just a little Uber humor for you. But I had a pretty interesting passenger the other day. I picked up a pastor. Not to be confused with a pastor, a man of the cloth. Yeah, and I picked him up from his church, and I thought, oh, this is going to be cool. We're going to have a pretty cool conversation about theology, that kind of stuff, you know? And so he gets in, and I'm like, good morning, Father, and he's like, good morning. And then I started to pull away, and I kind of rolled through a stop sign. Like, I rolled a little bit too much, and I was like, I should probably comment on this. And I turned, and I was like, bless me, Father, for I have sinned. And he was like, what? And I was like, what? And he was like, Jesus. He was like, Jesus Christ. And I was like, oh, is he getting in too? He stopped talking to me after that. He stopped talking to me, and then he started watching TikTok. And I know he was watching TikTok because he was doing it at full volume with no headphones on. Have you met these fucking sociopaths? Found the room full of sociopaths. It's awful. But I did learn a lot about him, right? I learned that we have the same stomach issues based on his ad for Rise Mushroom Coffee. Okay? Okay, a couple of you get it. And then I got him to where he was going, and I dropped him off. And then I checked later, and I realized he didn't tip. The pastor stiffed me on the tip. But like I said, I knew which church I picked him up, so I waited till Sunday so I could go see him do his little skits. And then I went back, and while he was up there doing his tight 7, I waited till the collection plate went around, and pulled out a 5. And then I tossed in some Skull Candy headphones. Next time I'm listening to his fucking TikToks. Little eye for an eye situation there, you know. I'll leave you guys on this, then we'll get to your headliner, Adam. He's one of my absolute favorite people. And this is a very divisive joke, so if I lose you, well, yeah, then it's Adam's problem, you know. But my fellow Americans. Hey, remember that used to be a fun way for a speech to start? You'd be like, my fellow Americans, you're like, hell yeah, MLK, give me a good fucking speech. Now you walk into a random room, you see a guy like me, like, my fellow Americans, you're like, honey, what the fuck did you bring us to? She's like, I don't know, I found it on Reddit. You're like, Reddit? Fuck! No, we don't want any, we're good, thank you. Nope, we're not gonna buy any hoods, we're okay. We're all stocked up, But my fellow Americans, as we continue to wake up each day and join together to seek out and root out evil as we see it in this country, when are we going to finally band together and take down the monsters that work behind the desk at Buffalo Exchange? Some of us know it. For those of you that don't know Buffalo Exchange, do we know a Plato's Closet? Okay, so a Buffalo Exchange is much like a Plato's Closet, but if only Jeff Bezos' wife shopped there. All right, it's a clothing consignment store that's supposed to buy, sell, and trade clothing allegedly. But what they actually do is, if you are one of the fortunate few that sells some clothes to them, they give you pennies for your garb, and then they resell them for an exorbitant amount of money. So like I said, I've been on the road for a while now, and I'm a little short on cash. So if anyone has any money, I'd like to have it. I don't know why you guys are laughing. Give me your money. But I decided before I left for the road, I decided I was going to sell some Uniqlo button-up shirts. Uniqlo is a Japanese-made company at H&M prices. They're fantastic shirts. And what I didn't know is just to shop at a Buffalo Exchange, you're going to dress like one of the cast members from Wicked on the red carpet at the Met Gala. And I showed up dressed like this. This is fine, but it wasn't good enough. And I knew that because I walked in, and across the room, a tall, skinny gay man saw me, and he went, ew. And he clutched his pearls, which is a metaphor, but he was physically wearing pearls that they went with his turtleneck. It was an incredible ensemble. He looked great. Then I walked up to the counter with my shirts, and the woman behind the desk, I assume had a liberal arts degree based on her symmetrical bob and her asymmetrical bangs, and just her passion for fashion. And she had a Y in her name that's not normally there. A-E-I-O-U and sometimes Y? No, always Y for Piper. But I knew it was going to be tough because I walked up and she was like, how can I help you? And I was like, well, I was hoping to sell some shirts. And she went, to who? I said, hopefully I could sell them to you. And she was like, we'll see. So she pulls out the first shirt. She looks at it. She looks at me and she goes, gross, and puts it down. She grabs the next one. She's like, absolutely not. She picks up the third one. She's like, you go out in this, and she puts it down. At some point, she starts picking up the shirts and putting them down. She's not even looking at the shirts. She's just staring at me going. And finally, I snap, and I grab one of the shirts, and I go, I'm sorry, but I've had sex in these shirts. And I meant to say these shirts help get me laid, but I was frustrated. And then I started listing out the where and when. I grabbed the first one, I'm like, 2012, the bungalow, Los Angeles, California. We had a wonderful courtship. I texted her for months. Put it down, and I grabbed the next shirt. I'm like, 2013 to 2016, this is my top 3 favorite ex-girlfriend's favorite shirt. Yeah, boy, fucked in this shirt. Put it down, I grabbed the last one. I'm like, 2019, I dare you to walk into a bar in Williamsburg, Brooklyn, and you're not on a date, and you don't see me walk in this shirt. You don't stop that date and go, hold on, I'm going to fuck that guy. But she wasn't having it. And neither were some of you. So I put all my shirts back in my bag and I leave, and then I air out my grievances on my Instagram story as they were intended. And somebody messaged me and they said, I just saw your story. Why don't you take those to a foster care place? I'm sure there's a teenage boy that would love those shirts. And I was like, are you saying I look like a teenage boy or I dress like a teenage boy? Because I don't know if you've seen teenage boys lately. I took it as a compliment because they look fucking great. And if you didn't laugh, you made it weird. But I was like, you know what, that sounds great. I want to help my community. So I go to this foster care place. I give them my shirts. And she goes, oh, my God, is a teenage boy's going to love these. I'm like, really hung with this whole teenage boy thing. And she was like, do you want a picture of the boy we're going to give these shirts to? Yeah, what the fuck are we doing here? I'm a strange man coming off the streets peddling my shirts for cash. And you're like, you seem trustworthy. You want a picture of a young boy? You know? Like, I know it's a Trump presidency, but we can't make it this easy for all these fucking pedophiles. And also, like, you're not going to go to Goodwill and they're going to be like, hey, you want a picture of the guy who's going to shit in your khakis later? But I had a vendetta to fulfill, and I was like, I want the picture. Give me the picture of the boy. So she gives me the picture, and I go back to Buffalo Exchange. I come walking in. The tall, skinny gay man sees me, and he goes, not you. And I was like, not now. He loves drama, so he's bricked up. And I walk up to the counter. I see the same woman. I walk up to her. I go, excuse me, Pierre? And she's like, yes, veal? And I'm like, no, it's a hard I and an American W. And some of you are saying, Will, don't you mean an English W? No, I mean an American W because we have way too many L's lately. I think we needed a win. And I hold the picture up and I say, well, you see this boy? You see this young man? Well, he has my shirts now, and I feel confident that he's going to go out in the world and yuck. And I slammed it down. And then I panicked, and I went and I bought a jean jacket for like $300. And then Piper and I dated for 3 months. Guys, I'm the Abeles. Thank you so much.
Keep those hands clapping for Will, everyone. That was incredible.